I think when it comes down to it, the most iconic villains in Inuyasha, when we exclude the obvious Naraku and Band of Seven, might include Hiten and Monten, or as they're more commonly known, the Thunder Brothers. And if you're excited to learn a little bit about these shockingly memorable demons, and where they came from, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Inuyasha and Yashahime content. But with that all being said, let's kick things off. Basically, many years ago, a humanoid yokai got it on with a reptilian yokai. They had two sons, with the oldest being Hiten, who looked like his father, and the youngest being Monten, who looked like his mother. They also had a third child named Soten, who looked like their father as well, but she's going to be less important in today's video. In terms of abilities, as their title might suggest, the Thunder Brothers have electric-based arsenals of attacks. In Hiten's case, this includes launching a lightning bolt from his thunder pike, the Raigeki-jin. He can also send lightning from his hands in a burst that was strong enough to disintegrate Vixen. On top of that, he was able to fire thunder from his mouth when he had his brother's jewel shards. Both Hiten and Monten were able to make thunderclouds which could be ridden on as well, and as mentioned, he had the Raigeki-jin, which was inherited from his father. This weapon could channel and store Hiten's electricity and let it loose on impact when he threw it. Finally, Hiten is able to fly by using spinning wheels which float on either side of his feet and emit flames. And then we have Monten, who is just kind of an uglier, dumber, weaker, and more self-conscious version of his brother. He only really has access to Thunder Breath, he has no real special weapons, but he's still pretty decently strong, especially with his jewel shards. Now, in terms of both brothers, it can be a little bit difficult to tell, but I believe they're based on combining different myths. When we look at Monten, I'm guessing he's based on a Raiju. Raiju are thunder beasts that are composed of lightning and can take many different forms in mythology, such as a tanuki, fox, tiger, or boar. And while Monten is based on a lizard and not any of the mentioned animals, a Raiju could also be a dragon, and come on man, give me that one, it's close enough. Raiju were able to fly just like Monten. They could turn themselves into balls of lightning, and their cries sound like thunder, which might be represented in Monten basically yelling lightning at people. But the big link to Raiju when we look at Monten is that they're typically seen traveling with Raijin, who coincidentally is who Hiten is primarily based on. Raijin was the Shinto god of lightning, typically shown with drums that have tomoe on them while riding a cloud. And while Hiten doesn't really use drums in any way that I remember at least, he does produce clouds which can be ridden on. Raijin is often depicted as a protector or a warrior in Japanese myth, and both of which definitely fit Hiten. He's a protector for his sister Soten, and he's definitely a warrior in all senses of the word. Now, I also want to mention that he had a brother named Fujin. This was the god of wind who was often closely tied to him in many stories. And obviously with Hiten and Monten traveling together, there's a pretty direct combination. People often referring to Raijin and Fujin together as the gods of the storm, which kind of fits the Thunder Brother mentality. Finally, the spinning wheels on Hiten's feet resemble the wind and fire wheels used by Nezha, a Chinese protection deity. Nezha used these in combinations with a fire-tipped spear, which again we do see Hiten using an elemental-based spear. But yeah, this is likely where both Hiten and Monten come from, being a combination of different myths, with Hiten being thematically related to Raijin and more physically related to Nezha, and Monten being a mix of Fujin and Raiju. But what do you guys think of the Thunder Brothers? They definitely stand out for me, and I kind of think of Hiten as maybe an early Bonkatsu, so I like him a lot. Do you guys enjoy them, or are they kind of forgotten for you? With that all being said, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, but until next time, remember to stay excellent.